Hello again, this is John Lundquist from Paladin Academy, and this is lesson unit 3-1, 2, and 3. I'm going to try to stick 3 worksheets in Algebra 2, graphing inequalities. And we're going to graph inequalities on this number line here, or number lines. So there's the equal to sign, which everybody pretty much knows. And then we have this greater than sign. The greater than is the kind of arrow pointing to the right. Then there's greater than or equal to, which has a little line underneath it. Less than is the arrow out of the way, and then less than or equal to. So those are the and then you could also have the not equal to, which is a equal sign with a line through it. If I could do it better, not equal to, but we don't deal with that right now. So the inequalities are then these. So if I said x is greater than 4, for instance, this I like to say when I see the x, I like to say all the numbers greater than 4. So this guy and this kind of goes together. So this is all the numbers greater than 4. So the way you graph it is you put a circle around the 4, and then I do this. I draw a line that way with the arrow, like that. And this would be like 5 is greater than 4, 6 is greater than 4, 7 is greater than, but we're not including 4. So since we're not including 4, I graph it with an open circle. Now, if I would put a line under here, that would be all the numbers greater than or equal to. Then I would fill in this circle. And then we have this darkened circle, meaning this is all the numbers greater than or equal to 4. Now, I want to do something. I want to reverse that and say, well, what if I had this? 4, the arrow pointing this way, and then an X. This confuses kids really bad. They think this is, I always see this. This is what I see. I see this. And they think this means less than, right? This means X is less than 4. Well, it doesn't mean that. It means 4 is less than X. It means 4 is less than all the numbers. 4 is less than all these numbers. So these numbers must be greater than 4, right? So it's very confusing. So you always start with the variable. You always start and you say all the numbers here, all the numbers, and then you have to say it this way. So you say all the numbers greater than 4. Or what I like to do is flip it. And I always like the X on the left side. And I keep my arrow pointing towards the 4. And so this statement and this statement are the same thing. And this up here, I suppose I should erase that. Now I got the 4, and it's greater than. So it's going this way. So that's a very important part. And notice too that the arrow and this arrow are pointing the same way. So if I would, let's see, can I get rid of that? Okay. I guess I'm gonna have to do some Okay, so we'll just skip that for now. And then I'm going to write another thing. So what if I did I was going to say, oh, less than. So x, whoops, I want to do x x is less than, I don't know, -2. Okay, so less than -2, let's use this one. This -2 is here, and then all the numbers less than it. So that I think we are less, and then if I have this less than or equal to, then I would fill this in, and that would be less than or all the numbers less than or equal to. And if I had it reversed, -2, and I went this way. So this still is, I'd read it this way and I'd say all the numbers less than or equal to -2. Okay, so let's do another, okay, that, and then I'm gonna, whoops. I can do that. And then I want to talk about another thing. If I had -x is greater than 3, well, I have to get rid of this negative on the x because I just want an x. So what the common practice is to multiply both sides by -1. Or you could consider it as -1x is greater than 3. And since this is a multiply, the way you get rid of a multiply is you divide. But you get the same result. This negative times a negative is a positive, and this 3 times a negative is -3. But what happens with an inequality is when you multiply by a negative or divide by a negative, you have inverted the inequality because you just negated it. So you have to flip the inequality. This is a very important rule here. When you multiply or divide by a negative, you flip the inequality. So this guy flips, and that's very important because the arrow goes a different direction, of course. So I get x is less than -3, and so you graph it as x is less than -3, and then you could think about it. If I put -4 in here, is -4 is that less than -3? Yes, it is. If -4 is a number that's less than -3, it's a magnitude, and this is interesting. Its magnitude is bigger, and the magnitude of -4 is bigger. There's more negatives than -3, but it's considered a smaller number. It's considered because smaller is to the left. Magnitude-wise, though, it's bigger. It's bigger, more negatives, but it's a smaller number. But this way, the magnitude with an I, magnitude and the number are both larger to the right. To the right, we get both larger and smaller negatives. Now, I think I'm gonna, I'm gonna I'm not gonna, this is gonna be just actually unit 1. This is gonna be just 1. Because I ran out of time. I'm at 10-minute mark. So that is the first lesson, and I'm going to expand on that in the next lesson. So I think you can start working on worksheet 1 on using this. And if not, the second lesson will definitely finish it off. Okay, so good luck.